Yo, it's the In Between the Lines podcast. I'm Shamar. That's Jay. You are the Pod Squad. And guess what, Jay?
What's up, my guy?
I'm feeling myself today.
I can see.
I'm feeling myself today. You know why?
Oh, boy.
I got two things.
Oh, boy.
I got two things.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, earlier in the summer, I told you two things, and two things came true.
What's that,
and I
bro?
feel good about myself.
What's that,
And
bro?
the first one is, I told you the Eagles was going to be the best team in the NFL. We had the roster. We had everything together. And that Detroit game last night just proved to me that we're the best team right now in this week. They're the best team in the NFL. And the other thing is,
Yes, sir.
the other thing
Yes,
is,
sir.
I told you that Drake will still be the number one artist at the end of this beef. And yesterday, Spotify confirmed it. He is the number one streamed artist. So they told you in the beginning that the rap battle wouldn't matter, that Drake was still going to be on top, and that came true. And I told you we had the best roster in football. All we had to do is get it together and make sure we do it. And we have the best roster, and I think we have the best team. But what I wanted to get into about Drake is we was going back and forth last night about this. And you're talking about how you think Drake's run is over.
Absolutely.
And you think it's over because of the lawsuit. And I think that's short-sighted.
Okay.
And you know why it's short-sighted? Because if you sit back and look at it, see, if you look at, number one, it's not a lawsuit. It's a petition. It's basically a
To
discovery.
file a lawsuit.
No,
Yes,
it's a
sir.
discovery to see
Yes.
the information. So it's not a lawsuit.
Wait. Let's be clear on that. It's a petition for discovery and findings to, at some point, file a lawsuit if the information is revealed.
Yeah.
So again,
Not a lawsuit.
oh, not yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Might never be.
That is correct.
You know what I mean? It's a 50-50 thing. But looking at it small-sided, you look at it, oh, he's mad about the beef. No, he's not. He is not. What he is doing is a great business move.
Oh shit.
I'm for real. It's a great business move if you look at it. Now, in the hip hop world where they make bad business moves and decisions and everything like that, I get it. But if you sit back and understand what can happen as far as money-wise, this is a great opportunity for him to double up his $400 million. And if I could double up $400 million, yeah. So what it does is this petition brings out the fact that they knew that he wasn't a pedophile. The label put it out anyway, which could be a breach of contract of defamation of character. So the defamation of character means that they are in breach of the contract, but they're not allowed the money back. So they have to keep the money. So if he gets out of that contract, he gets to keep the money. If the defamation goes, he gets to keep the money and then re-up on another contract somewhere else. So not only do you keep $400 million, you can gain another $400 million. So I can see the chess game. See, people are paying checkers, but when you sit back and look at, and you look at, because if it was really about the beef with Kendrick Lamar, he would have sued Kendrick Lamar. See, he didn't sue Kendrick Lamar. He sued the record label. See, the record label is the money controller. So that's why I'm going to use this to say, hey, y'all breached the contract. Y'all are defaming my character. Y'all are in breach of contract, which means you have to let me out of my contract with my pay. And then I'm free to go somewhere else or with y'all and re-up on another check. Because to me, if it was really about the beef battle, like people are trying to make it, oh, he's mad at Kendrick, he would have sued Kendrick. But he didn't. He sued the label because it's a business move, not a rap battle move. And I think because of who he is, and I think because of the beef, people are missing that point. And I think when you put it into perspective and stand back and look at it as a business move, I think it's a possible genius move to double up his money of $400 million and get another $300 to $400 million contract.
Okay. Well, that's your take.
Yeah, that's my actual take of actually understanding what's going on. Because like I said, if it was about the rap battle and the defamation of character against Kendrick, he would have sued Kendrick.
Okay. So again, that's your take, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna help clarify this even more for the people.
Okay. Your take.
Yes. The truth, basically. Let me talk, please. You brought that jacket, man. I want to be cool too, man. So this is the information that's actually out there. And half of that is actually correct on a ploy on trying to get out the contract. Number one, Drake wants to get out the contract because you can anticipate a decline in his sales and numbers. And here's why. Again, it's going to go back to the guy who actually runs the label, Lucian, who again is 80% of the entire industry. He dictates streams. He dictates airplay. He dictates the shit that's played on Spotify. That's how much influence he got in music. So I'm saying that clearly Drake was signed to him, but now the table's his turn. Kendrick and Drake is on the same label. If your argument is
I'm the same distribution label.
okay, well, it's still
They're on
running
different labels.
but it's still
It's the
running through.
distribution.
Yeah, it's still running through Lucian. He owns that too. So in saying that means a lot. Because again, he can dictate the movement of the music. Who's it geared to? who's going to benefit. That's a lot of power. But in saying that, what Drake is trying to do is get out of this deal because that $400 million he has to pay back. So it was a loan when he got the deal in 2021, in the anticipation that he will be able to generate that amount of revenue for his label. So they cut him the check, just like any record deal would. You get advance money. You so popular, my guy, we're going to front you $400 million. But at some point, they're going to want the $400 million back. Now, everything was fine until the beef. Now, when the beef started, the real issue is, if Drake is going to make this claim of defamation, then Kendrick Lamar will be able to make the same claim as well. Because you talked about him beating up his wife, or his lady, his kid's mother, whatever how you want to label her. It's the same kind of defamation that Drake is talking about when he's talking about being a pedophile. And because, well, yes, it is two different things, but here's the whole point. It's an accusation that apparently is not true on both ends.
We don't know if it's not true.
Okay, so we're going to cross the street. We don't know if Drake ain't a pedophile.
We could pretty sure.
That's an assumption. Just like what,
sure.
It go both ways.
Kendrick and them have history. Like,
it go both ways. With the paperwork, it go both ways, Mark. So in saying that, and again, in understanding this lawsuit, it is a discovery. Drake is trying to get out this deal because you can anticipate his rank at number one. It is fucking over, bro. You don't have Lucian behind you no more. He's not pushing your music because you're suing the label. And you know what? To dumb it down even more, check this out, Mark, and tell me if this makes sense. And this is where I say, remember when I said pick your battles? And I'm gonna take it back to Diddy. This was Diddy fucked up. Diddy making billions of dollars with Diego Vodka Company. He got too arrogant and too fucking cocky. He sued them for racism. Diddy won. When he won that lawsuit, that company that has ties every fucking where with powerful people in this world that moves the needle forward, is on their fucking payroll, from judges, lawyers, and everybody. Here's the irony. Diddy settled the lawsuit in January. They run through his fucking house in May. They don't come getting until September. They was building this shit, and they was the ones who put out that video with Cassie. That's how much influence this vodka company has, because money is power in this country, and you know this, man. So in saying that, this is what I'm saying, going back to Drake, pick your fucking battles. You've been eating with your label for how many years? So now you're going to sue them for defamation and put yourself under more scrutiny. And this is why the public and your peers is saying, bro, let the shit go. You're still a popular artist. You're still making millions of dollars from your music. At the end of the day, bro, you picking the wrong battle, because this is all your support that you're going against. So when you talk about this lawsuit, Drake can only hope that he wins, because if he do not win, I will honestly say it right now, officially, I'm glad you dressed for his funeral, because it's over.
Okay. Now, to rebuttal everything you said, half of the stuff, to me, doesn't make sense. And the reason why is, he doesn't have to pay back the money. He just owes them the work. So it's not.
That's how it work.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to pay them back. He just has to pay again, but he doesn't have to pay that money back. It could be 20 years down the line.
He got to generate it.
He's still got to generate it. But he's got pay. It's not the same thing. Paying back is something where you got to pay money back. You don't have to pay you back. They just advance you for the work. All you got to do is do the work. Okay. That's different than I have to pay you. If I don't do something, I got to give you the $400 million back. No, I don't.
That's not the record business, but go ahead.
I know, but you have to produce the music to generate to that $400 million worth.
That's how you paying it back, my guy.
Right. I said it's work. He doesn't have to pay the money back. He can drag it out 20 years.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. So him saying, oh, your thought of, I can't generate this, doesn't matter to him. It could be the rest of his life. All he got to do is keep making the music till it's paid back. There's no pressure on him to pay any money back. Like, oh my God, I got to get this money back. He just got to produce work. So whether it takes 5 years, 20 years, or the rest of his life, the $400 million is his. So there's no really purpose of generating it back. And especially if you think that he can't generate it no more, okay, that's y'all bad. That means UMG lost if he can't generate it back. That don't mean he lost. That means UMG lost. So again, that don't matter. So then we go to him not being number one. He's always going to be number one because he's more marketable than Kendrick Lamar. So if I'm a businessman like Lucian is, and I try to push Kendrick over Drake, I know Kendrick's not marketable and not going to be marketable because that's not his brand. That's not his thing. So why would I try to force put in Kendrick when I could just have Drake and already have him on my roster? That's a dumb analogy to me. Like, that's dumb business. So you're trying to force Kendrick to be something when you have something already. So those things to me don't line up. Like the analogy you give of Puff Daddy, I get, but again, he has to have skeletons in his closet to be that. So who knows what Drake has in his closet? But again, he has to have something in his closet to get him with. So I think for him to bring this lawsuit, knowing the Diddy situation is going on, and for him to bring this lawsuit, I don't think his closet has really got bad skeletons in it that could break his career. So on top of that, if Lucian controls the Spotify and all this other stuff, that means Drake was still number one this year. So that means they were still backing him. So it don't matter. What I'm saying is Drake has 30 million subscribers on YouTube. Kendrick has 15. Like the math ain't gonna add up. Drake is more globally accepted. Kendrick is globally accepted, but he has a niche market. Like his thing is he doesn't appeal to the masses like Drake does. So I don't think Drake is in no harm of losing anything, actually. All Drake has to do, again, is make his music.
Well, I'm glad you are very supportive of Drake, but the
I'm
reality...
not sort of supportive of Drake. I'm just supportive of the situation. Like, I'm just looking at the situation. I think what you do is you tie me into Drake because I like Drake, which I do, and I like Kendrick. I just don't think that Kendrick can take his spot. It's just plain and simple.
Well, I mean, you dress like Drake uncle now. so it's saying,
You dress like hip-hop.
There you go. I like that even better. But well, we know he ain't hip-hop because he ain't from the culture.
You just said he dressed like
That's a whole nother thing. No, that's you. No.
You just said I'm dressed like Drake, and I just said I'm dressed like hip-hop.
I said his uncle. Let's be clear. Mm-hmm. But anyway, let me say this. Uncle from Memphis, not from Toronto. Take that.
Hip-hop is global.
But anyway, listen, I hear what you're saying, but the reality is this. The run is over, and I'm going to try to tell you. I'm trying to just run it down to you musically how it works.
What evidence do you have that the run is over?
I'm about to tell you.
Yeah, because I need to understand that when he just won Artist of the Year.
Okay, now winning the number one streaming artist of the year was an accomplishment for Drake, but here's the reality.
8 years in a row.
Well, okay, that's fine, but here's the actual truth. That's Lucian's influence in promoting his music all over the freaking place, and not only that, giving Drake the ability to keep dropping music. And here's the irony right now. I'm not finished with the rebuttal, but here's the irony. That's something I want to point out real fast. With the way Drake have always dropped music, I would say right now, he's behind on dropping music. Because technically he hasn't put nothing out since the beef. Everything was already recorded. So saying right now, this is what I'm going to say, and this is what I'm saying as far as facts. Drake is scared to put a record out. He shook, bro. And here's why. And I told you this, and mark my words, God damn it, you can write it down. Drake don't know how he's going to be received by the public. So this is, again, it goes back to that $400 million. Drake know his numbers is going to decline because the beef, it was undisputed. Ain't nobody going to sit here and say he won. So when saying that, he know he took that L. The reality is this. That shit bothered him so much because you know he a petty ass bull. That shit is keeping him up at night. So with suing your record label for now getting behind Kendrick instead of you as far as distribution or even marketing is breaking your fucking heart, Drake. That's the reality. This is why you were number one in streaming sales, because Lucian and that giant ass machine you have behind you have now pulled the plug on your fucking music. So hold on. It's hard for him to accept, but the reality is this. What Kendrick wanted to accomplish, he has. He pushed your ass out of hip hop. We know what you are. You ain't hip hop. You're a culture vulture, but at the end of the day became very good with having relationships in the industry. Oh, no. Well, having industry relationships. This is why you got to run everywhere to do a feature with everybody. What Drake really needs to do, and this is advice for Drake. I want to give Drake some advice. Can I give your nephew some advice, please? Is that okay? We give him the message. But let me say this to Drake. And I'm gonna say this to you, Drizzy, like big bro here. I'm gonna tell you like this. Young man, you are a talented fucking artist. Period. You lost. But I will say this. There's enough talent in you, my bro, to regroup. Because now you do have a story to tell. I'm going to help you, Drake. You got a story to tell. So now let's see if you can redeem yourself, get up off the fucking ground, because you've been on the ground since the beef. You ain't get up yet. The blows was that hard, bro. It's damaging your career. It's fucking with your ego, and your feelings is hurt. You out here suing motherfuckers and shit. You going on Instagram, trying to take little petty ass shots. Kendrick has moved on. Now, when we talk about getting trash, you got trash, bro. Just accept it. Now, Kendrick has taken that energy and now plus one it. And what I mean by plus one, he's running with it. He's taking the fucking game over. He dropped an album. And we know he got the Super Bowl coming. And he just announced this week that after the Super Bowl, he's going on world tour.
Yeah, but every artist does that.
Exactly. But in saying that, he's going on his run. This is how you do it in hip hop.
That's how you do it in music. What are we talking about? Everybody goes on tour after the Super Bowl.
Well, I'm just saying right now, this is how you do it. So, okay, that's the formula. So,
it's not special.
At any rate, well, I'll tell you what is special. He's doing stadium tours. Something your man can't do.
What?
He's doing stadium tours. Something your man can't do. Your man cannot do 60, 70,000 a night. Drake ain't that. I keep telling you that. Drake do arenas, bro. He can do Wells Fargo. But he can't do the link. Because his popularity ain't that big. Unless it's all women in the concert. You see what I'm saying? Don't nobody want to hear that shit. But at any rate, Kendrick is going on a world tour, stadium tour, all over the country, man. I'm definitely going to try to grab a ticket. I think there's going to be monumental, groundbreaking, something different. And he's going on tour with SZA. So I'm definitely anxious to see that. It's a big deal, bro. And he's taking the game over.
All right, so to correct two things, and I fucking lost my train of thought about it because you were just saying a bunch of crazy stuff. All right, here we go. You said UMG is going to pull the plug on Drake, basically what you're saying.
Do you know what I'm saying about pulling the plug? Do you know what I mean?
Explain it.
They're not pushing you out front no more,
okay.
My guy. That's what I mean.
Okay. So what does that mean?
For the last 8 years, ever since he's been signed to them and getting his distribution to them, they have pushed Drake all over the freaking place.
Okay.
For example, even if you go on Spotify, for example, you know how they got categories, right? Yeah. R&B, neo soul, whatever. Why Drake in the gospel category? That's just a fair question. I just want to know. Mm-hmm. So in saying that, he's in there because they're trying to, that visual help boost streams.
Okay.
So that's part of the promotion. That's a small example.
Okay. I hear you on that. So let me ask you this. If I give you $400 million, mm-hmm. I give you 400. No, you give me 400 million.
What's the clause?
That I got to do work for you.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to slow down my work?
No, I won't put a timeline on it.
But you don't have a timeline. So there's no timeline.
Well, you asked me a question.
You give me $400 million, and I return, I got to do work that equals $400 million. How fast you want that back?
I would say at least 5 years, bro.
Oh, okay. So are you going to tell me to push my stuff down the line? Are you going to push my work down the line so you don't get paid?
I'm going to tell you
what
I'm going to do.
So what business sense do your analogy make?
I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. Especially
No. What business sense?
I'm about to answer.
Okay. No, you said you're going to tell me what you do. I said, what business sense?
Well, from a business sense, this is what I would do. Because you're suing me, and I know I own your ass. Listen to me, because this is facts. Because you're suing me, and this is what I mean by pick your battles, but let me finish the analogy. Because you're suing me and I own your ass, I will hold everything up you trying to do. Remember, I'm 80% of the fucking game. Let me say this. Let me say this, bro. Let me say this. Lucian is 80% of the fucking game. He can stop and start your shit like that. So in saying that, if I gave you $400 million, and we don't know if there's a timeline on it, I don't know. But at the end of the day, I know you got to run that in. At the end of the day, it'll be at my leisure. Killing your popularity, hurting your sales, and hurting your revenue on the back end. So it's like this. You fuck with me if you want.
That absolutely makes no sense, Jay.
That's business. This is why I use Diego.
No, you can't use Diego for that because they actually did it wrong and didn't pay him up front. He was getting percentages of it. So his business deal was different. They already paid Drake, so they have to get a return. When you have UMG, you have stockholders, you have things of that nature who want a return back. So when you say, I'm going to put you on a table and hold you back from getting my return back, that is what we call in the stock market, in business, dumb business. That's dumb business. And if he does that, his bosses, the people who are over him, will fire him. They want to see a return on investment. They don't want to see a petty beef. Oh, we're going to push you down here. Well, we just gave this man $400 million. I need to see 6 back. Well, if I give you 4, that means I'm expecting 6. So that don't make business logical sense for me to push you down the road and not get my money that I just put out to you. So it sounds good, but in a business standpoint, you cannot do that. You cannot do that.
I got one that sound even better. I'm going to make my money regardless off of you. Here's why and here's how. Check it out. You talking about business sense? Listen to me. I just told you. I own your ass. I own your masters. Excuse me. I own your fucking masters. At the end of the day, every time it's an airplay, it's my dime. So if you want to go that route with suing again, I can hold your whole shit up. Because at the end of the day, I own all of your shit, bro. So
it doesn't matter. You already paid me.
Wait, I'm going to get paid anyway.
Right, but you already paid me.
Okay.
So you holding up my work does not hurt me. I already got paid. It's not saying that I will get paid. I already got paid. So if you don't want my work, you don't want my work. I already got the money.
This was
Like, I don't understand that.
Well, this is what you got to understand.
That's like you paying me for a haircut, and I never cut your hair. I don't care if you don't never come back. I already got the money.
Okay. Well, understand this. Understand this, my guy. When I own your masters, I don't give a fuck what happens to you at this point as far as your career. Because at the end of the day, here's the facts. I'm going to get paid anyway. Whether it's in 1 year or 30 years.
Right.
I own your ass.
It doesn't matter. You already paid me for that, though. It ain't like
I'm not worried about that.
He don't got a jerk me deal. He didn't get paid for it. Where you signed your masters from the rip and you don't got no money for it. I paid you for it. So you keep making it seem like he didn't get paid. All them analogies. No, I'm just saying. You like, I own your masters. That was back. But that was back in the day when Diddy and all them and those type of deals, when you didn't get paid, nobody got $400 million for their masters. They fought for them that masters to get back. So he got paid $400 million for his masters and all that. So you already paid me, so it doesn't matter. See, that analogy that you're making, like I own your masters, like that's a big deal. If he didn't get paid already, but he already got paid about it.
Well, understand this, and I don't know if you're missing this, but here's the point, and here's the agenda of the label. It's just to recoup. Now, wait, can I be finished?
It's to make money.
Okay, so here's the point. Even when I recoup the $400 million, just off your masters, no timeline on it. The next dollar's a profit. And what I've already done, I already shut you down. I don't fuck with you no more because you tried to sue me. So when saying that, it don't matter that you got the money. What matters to the label is that they're going to get paid regardless of whatever you do.
He already got paid regardless of whatever they do.
Okay, so
that's what I'm saying. What is the point?
So here's the reality. All of that now that was pushed as far as putting Drake out there from the label, all that now goes to Kendrick. That's what they're doing. So wait a minute. So when you sit there and say the beef shit don't matter, here's the reality. The beef shit still matters to Drake, and here's why. When Lucian was pushing Spotify to push Drake music, Drake was loving it. Number one, like you said, all over the world.
He still loves it.
Exactly.
Again, I told you it's not about the beef. It's a way to get double paid.
Okay, listen.
I don't understand how you get the analogy.
Well, your analogy, your shit always revolves around money, Mar.
That's what a lawsuit is about.
No, Mar.
It's about the money. It's about the defamation is for him to get out the contract and double up on another contract. It's about the money. Again, if it was about the beef, he would have sued Kendrick Lamar.
But hold on, honestly, bro. Wait, first of all, that was a general statement. No, you always about the money.
Everybody's always about the money. If it wasn't about the money, he would sue Kendrick Lamar. He's suing the label because it's about the money.
Okay, well, listen. Well, a lot of all the American people right now probably ain't gonna buy you. You're sitting there with a fur coat on. That nigga's definitely about the money. Fucking with
it's
you.
It's definitely about the money for everything.
But anyway, no, real shit. A lot of this is the beef, and I'll say this for sake of argument. I'm gonna say half of it is personal because of the beef. The other half is because what the label is doing to push Kendrick out there and not supporting Drake like they was. And honestly, this is how Drake became the #1 artist for consecutive years because all the resources and energy was behind Drake. He was popular. He was killing the charts. This, that, and the third. Lucian is just going to pull the plug after this lawsuit and put all the energy and the finance and the resources behind Kendrick Lamar. And here's why he's going to do that. After this beef, clearly he showed that he is the best rapper. But not only that, what Kendrick did is really push Drake out of rap. Go back to where you belong on the R&B charts.
This is what I'm saying. This is where we get emotional.
No, it was not emotional.
How did he push him out of rap?
The man ain't making a record yet.
He makes a record every other year, so next year is his year.
Oh, it's time, nigga. First quarter, he need to be up now, ready to go.
No, what? So I should change my timeline?
Bro, he not even on no features. Normally, when he ain't dropping albums, he normally on the feature. He's scared to go in the booth, bro.
No, he's not scared to go in the booth.
Drake is terrified, bro. He's gunshot. Because nobody want to hear that bullshit. Nobody want to hear you saying it.
That's crazy.